This is a little demonstration of the Passlock sensor. We have a 12-volt power supply, which I'll turn on. Positive 12 volts in the red wire. A low reference 12 volts ground to the black and orange. Signal wire is the yellow wire, which is normally connected back to the BCM. We're reading resistance here. It's an open circuit between the yellow wire and the low reference. This is what you would see if you were to tear apart your cylinder housing. You'd find this inside. This is the Passlock sensor. This is one that's still intact. This is the circuit inside said Passlock sensor. Here's a lock cylinder. There's the little magnet we hear talk about. A little gray rectangle right there. When the key is turned to crank, that magnet passes right in front of this part of the sensor, where these little sensors are, these little semiconductors. So if I do this now, push this magnet right over that, you can see on the gauge, we're now showing a resistance. I got too close, and it's 292 ohms. That indicates tamper. I got too close with it. It'll hold that resistance until power is removed by turning the key off. So we're going to try this again. I'll recycle the unit. See if I can do this a little more carefully. It's hard to do while holding the phone with one hand and holding the lock cylinder with the other. Well, let's see if I can get this right and not come in from the side. And there, 6.25K. That's a resistance. That'll be placed across the signal wire from the BCM and ground. BCM puts out a nominal 5-volt signal on this line. Passlock sensor switches in a resistance that's variable. It's different from truck to truck. If I was to test this one, I'd get a different number than 6.2. If I test this one, different number again. The different resistances will drop that 5 volts, being that it's a resistance between the 5 volts and ground, drop it to a different level. The BCM expects a given level for that truck. If it doesn't see the right level, you get a security light and you don't start. And here, the sensor actually has one sensor on top of another sensor. They're sandwiched. There's 2 of them. I'm not going to try to show this in the video, but there's 2 of them there. So if somebody was trying to fool this with a magnet, it's hard to get the right magnetic strength, and it triggers another sensor. And you see I drop all the way down to 292 ohms now. That drops that 5-volt signal way below the threshold, and the BCM sees that as an attempted theft and will lock you out.